Phobia by Breaking Benjamin came out 10 years ago today. I seriously can't believe that. This is the first album I ever bought, and without it, I probably wouldn't like the music that I listen to today or even play the guitar. Not only does this album mean so much to me, it's actually gonna be my first tattoo, I still think it's great 10 years later. I remember hearing The Diary of Jane on the radio one night on the way home from a fishing trip with my dad when I was 6 years old. I knew right away that this was something that I loved. Until that point, I had never heard anything as heavy as that song, and it immediately struck a chord with my 6-year-old mind. After hearing this record, I also remember drawing the Breaking Benjamin logo on all of my homework in mid-elementary school. If you can't tell by now, Breaking Benjamin became my first favorite band after I listened to this album. Okay, let's actually talk about the songs now. I mentioned before in one of my earlier videos that I had an ear for heavier music. Well, I also have an ear for chiller music and music with a darker vibe to it. This album has all three of those elements riddled throughout its songs. Benjamin Burnley's vocals on this record, I think, are the strongest they have ever been on any record so far from this band. You don't hear as much of Ben's awkward raspiness that you heard on the previous two records that came before this one, but you get just enough, and it mixes so well with the newfound polished, clean sound of his vocals on this record. The guitars on this record are tuned all the way down to drop A sharp, and that's not something I've heard from other albums from bands in the same genre. There are so many moments on this album where that low-tuned heaviness shines so bright, like in the breakdown for the song Diary of Jane and the intro for the song Until the End. I also feel like it helps to sort of add more of that darker tone, like in the chorus for the song Evil Angel, and it shines bright once again in the song You Fight Me, which in my opinion is one of Breaking Benjamin's most underrated songs. That song is so unique for a band like this in that it uses bass guitar and piano throughout the entire first half of the song. Something else that makes this album stand out from other albums in this genre is its intro songs and its outro songs, which are simply titled Intro and Outro. The intro sets the tone for the rest of the album, while the outro ends the album on a really heavy note with Aaron Fink's shredding of the guitar. Also, the outro ends with audio of what sounds like a plane crash. This is hinting at Benjamin Burnley's fear of flying in planes. The title of the album refers to this fear as well. Sadly though, I feel like this record was Breaking Benjamin's high point so far. The two albums that they have released since have not been on par with this one in my opinion. However, with their most recent lineup being almost completely different, maybe and hopefully their next record will sound like nothing they've ever done before. Maybe, just maybe, it has the potential to sound just as good or even better as Phobia. We really won't know until it's released, and we haven't gotten any updates from the band on the next album, but there have been rumors that it's going to be late next year. Alright, I know that was a shorter review. I just really wanted to get this video out because this album means so much to me, and it's so close to my heart, and I wouldn't be where I am today without it. Thanks for watching. You should subscribe to my channel. That's such a shitty way to end the video.